Hi everyone. We are going to discuss a PMP scenario in this video. It is related to project risk management. I am going to quickly read out the scenario and then we are going to discuss the option choices. In a project that is critical to the organization, one of the contractors complained that approvals are lengthy and difficult to handle. The contractor also mentioned that this may impact the project schedule. So we know that there is a risk and we know that it could be impacting the schedule. So these two pieces of information are available in the question itself. Now, the scenario is asking that what should the risk manager, which you can safely map with project manager, do next? So the next thing to do. Even without seeing the option choices, we know that when a risk is known, identified, and understood, analyzed with the probability, with the impact. In this case, impact, we don't know the probability, but at least impact is known. So after that, we proceed with the risk action step, like what's the right strategy to go about it. And we can clearly see that this risk is negative. It's a threat. So we need some threat strategies to deal with this. Right. So this is exactly going to be the answer to this question. Now we are going to see the option choices, that which option choice best align with this. Option A, reduce the risk by hiring additional resource. Option B, add the risk to the risk register to be monitored. Option C, escalate the risk to the upper management. And option D, discuss mitigation options with them. One by one. Option A, reduce the risk by hiring additional resource. By hiring additional resource is not a guarantee. The contractor is talking about a situation to a critical project in the organization, and it is related to approval process. The additional resources probably are not going to help with this. Of course, it's about like speaking with the approving authorities, and even if this is the solution, and making the approval levels and hierarchies easier. This is probably going to be the most likely solution. So hiring additional resource going to be additional cost, which at least require additional information. So we don't know this. Yes, reduce the risk is a good strategy, which is like the one of the best strategies in case of threats. But by hiring additional resource, I don't think so. So A is out. Add the risk to the risk register to be monitored. Add the risk to the risk register, kind of yes, but to be monitored, that part is tricky. Why? Because those risks which are identified and we keep those on monitoring are usually the risks which are low ranked. The risks which are kept in watch list, where you do not really go for any active strategy and you just accept those risks without any response strategy because of their low probability and low impact. This is at least not the situation in this case, because it is clearly mentioned in the scenario that the contractor is actually apprehensive about the situation, and he is clearly saying that it may impact the project schedule. So just keep an eye, monitoring, observing is which is the accepted strategy. Actually, it's not going to be the best thing to do. Now, option C, which is escalate strategy. So escalating the risk to the upper management, do we usually do that? No, we don't. We don't escalate right away, at least not as the first step, right? So if the risk is known to you as a project manager with its impact just yet, and you on your part has not done anything. So at least you would try something out to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then yes, escalating may be an option. And escalation is usually an option for high impact or critical, or the situations which may put the project viability, project vision or objectives at stake. And so escalation at least as a next step is not the right thing to go for. So C is out. D, discuss mitigation options with the team. Now, this sounds like an idea because there's a threat. Most likely, you would want to go with the mitigation strategy. Most likely, because except and escalate are not the appropriate options. Yes, reduce or mitigation is an option, but I have already explained why reducing by additional resources does not make sense. So we are only left with option D, which is mitigation option, like mitigation with any better strategy or any better action step, whatever works for the team. Like I said, maybe easing out the approval process, or maybe reducing the time, or maybe removing unnecessary layers, or maybe giving some authority to project manager to the extent is workable for the organization, whatever makes sense as the mitigation option could be like a workable solution. So yes, D is the right answer to this question, and most of the people actually went for option D as well on our Friday polls as well. More than 50% actually went for option D. So you guys are actually correct with your understanding. Um, so do let me know in the comment area if there are any follow-up queries. I will definitely come up with my clarification. I will be back very soon with a new PMP scenario. Till then, take care. Goodbye.